Hello, everybody. Captain Marty here. It is Monday, December the 9th, and if you're here for the first time, I wish I had something to really blow your mind on the fishing front. I don't, because it's the time of year, but I do have some stuff to talk about, and I'm going to give you a great seafood buying idea at the end of today's report. So stay right where you're at. I'll be right back.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Juan Cheese Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Juan Cheese Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine, repair, or repower, I send them to the best in the business, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Belhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Honda outboard dealer. Honda motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock safely and quickly. Ratcliffe Marine is best known as the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Honda service, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264, Belhaven. So for me, I could not find anybody that went offshore on a charter from Hatteras or Oregon Inlet. I could be wrong. I looked around, I called my regular contacts, and we had some up and down weather. Mostly kind of breezy. So we didn't get any reports. And before this spell of weather came in, we ended up having it's kind of scrappy fishing offshore. A few blackfin tunas, even fewer yellowfin tunas. And that was about it. You notice we're not seeing the wahoos or the mahi. These migratory fish have migrated their way right on out of town. And that leaves us waiting for the big bluefin tuna that will start showing up. In fact, we've had some in Virginia Beach north of us, and we've had some in Morehead City south of us, and some big ones too. Some of them were those 500-pounders. So all that I don't know how it is they got by us without us finding them or seeing them, but really there's not been a lot of effort. That's all going to change after we get through the holidays. And there is a winter fleet now that will do that bluefin fishing. This is the time of year that you need to book those trips for January and February. And there are probably half a dozen boats at each of the major marinas that will be doing that. So you got that opportunity to go out and fish for some. Now, they're really heavily regulated. The schooling size bluefin tuna, you're allowed to catch a few more of. I think it's like 2 a day per boat. The giants, and I don't know about the inches, but I can't ever keep all that straight. But let's just say when you get above 400 pounds, which is what last year they told me that would be about the size that classifies it as a giant, you're only allowed one per boat per year. So it might be your lucky day, but hopefully you'll go out and tangle with some of the smaller ones, which are still huge tuna, very good to eat. And if you do tangle with a big one and your particular boat has already used their single giant tag for the year, you'll catch and release. And let me tell you, that's just as worthy a catch as if you put a gaff in him and throw him in the boat. So it's all about the bragging rights. And that's about all I really have for our offshore report right now. Now, the other thing is, inshore, not much going on. There's still a little bit of king mackerel in the area. Every once in a while down in Hatteras, we hear some live bait catches down that way. But pretty much everybody's gearing down. This is break time. This is when some of the guys will generally put their boat in the boatyard. Why do they do that? Because when that boat is sitting up on dry land, you're not going to have to worry about it too much. It's not going to sink at the dock. It's not going to cause problems, and really a little peace of mind. It's basically storage. Put the boat up on dry dock, and whenever you're ready, you can go down there and start doing your off-season repairs. No colder place on earth than a boatyard in January. Underneath a boat with that wind blowing through there, with a grinder in your hand, sand in the bottom of your boat. I'll never forget it. That was not my favorite part of yachting. So anyway, we'll turn and look a little bit now what's going along on the beaches. Most of our piers are closed. However, they're still a decent bite, especially down the north side of Cape Point. Last couple of days, they've caught some big drum down that way. They've also caught some black drum. And the very last sea mullet of the year are being caught. It says two different kinds of fishery, really. And the little bitty rigs you use for sea mullet are not what most people are using. Most people are going for the drum with a piece of mullet and a bigger size bottom rig, and they're catching some yearlings down that way. I see the reports from Red Drum Tackle, one of my sponsors, and they do a good job right there in Buxton of reporting on what's happening right in their front yard on Cape Point. That's probably the main place to go. There are also some bites going on down in Ocracoke as well. So, it's pretty much red drum or bust right now. And there's not a lot to talk about in the backcountry, but there is some things to talk about, and I'll be right back to do just that.
Hi, I'm LB Daniels, and when you want great local seafood, you go to Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. How do I know it's great? My daddy is one of the fishermen that brings it to the docks. At Fresh Catch Seafood, you will get local seafood right from their fish house. They are a family-owned business that knows the name of every fisherman that comes to their docks. Visit their social media pages to see the latest catches. My daddy would love to put his tuna on your dinner plate, so get it now from Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese.
In the backcountry, it's a trout bite. It is a trout bite and not much else, but it's a good trout bite. Now, the fish have been, as you know, if you listen to my reports, they've been moving west, and they'll spend the winter on the western side of the Pamlico up in the estuaries, and there are many, many estuaries, creeks, ditches, things like that run up off of the sound. And that's a good spot to fish, whether you're fishing from a bridge. You can do some wade fishing. You're going to need waders now. Water temperatures in the low 50s. But most of it is done by boat, and that might be a privately owned boat. In other words, do-it-yourselfers, or there are many guides that are doing that too. The same guides that worked when the fish were over closer to the ocean are now trailing their boats over. I see it every day on the Stumpy Point Highway. And they're going looking for a speckled trout. By the way, that's a great Christmas gift to give to somebody, is a charter to go speckled trout fishing. Make sure, though, you do your due diligence. Ask someone in the know. Talk to your local marinas. Get a good reference, because there are some people that are not really licensed properly or even qualified to be carrying people for hire. That requires a captain's license, some different levels of boat inspections, and keep in mind, again, whether you go with a guide or whether you go on your own, the water temperatures are cold. That can be very dangerous, and the weather changes rapidly this time of year. So it's a speckled trout bite. The only other thing is there's a scattered puppy drum still being caught, and every once in a while I'll hear about a bluefish, but all the fishing right now, from the beginning of this report to the end, is related to the weather and the conditions that you have. So that's what you want to keep in mind. Christmas is coming. You still got plenty of time to shop. So support our local merchants wherever you can, and have a blessed day.